Awesome. All right, guys. Well, welcome to our team call. Really excited for tonight's call because I think everyone is always looking for refreshers and thinking about ways to continue to grow their social media. I will tell you that that is the key to growing this business is growing your social media because it doesn't matter, the whole point is trying to get as many eyes on you as much as possible, new eyes on you, because what ends up happening is that as people see what you have, then they'll decide if it's for them at this time or not. But then if you keep just having the same people, you're going to get stagnant really fast. So just know that it's super important that you're constantly looking for tips. So I'm glad to see several of you on this call. We're also near the close to the end of the month, just a few more days. And so I know I'm fervently working towards my goals for this month for the business in terms of helping a few people. And there's still plenty of time in terms of just reaching out to people, following up with people. We have until Wednesday, which is the end of the month. And then next month, really excited for Shanti's to be able to try Shanti's new program. I'm really excited to do that program in terms of just increasing, looking for just working on my endurance and my cardio. So really pumped about that. Can you hear us now, Asida? Can you hear us? I don't know if she can hear us. She's like, no. Oh, no, no, no.
Here.
I hear you.
Make sure she's not on mute. Like her mute button isn't pushed.
Yeah, I just muted her. So.
No, I meant her volume, her mute button on her actual volume.
Oh.
I've done that a few times, so.
I see. Okay. One thing that I wanted to encourage you guys, so I've been doing, and then right after that, I'll pass it over to Ariel, but I've been doing a lot of personal development around just kind of breaking old patterns, breaking habits, really working on law of attraction, and just really doing mindset work around law of attraction. And so I want to definitely encourage all of you to do personal development work and law of attraction work in terms of just really thinking about what are you attracting, really thinking about your vibration. So 2 books that I recommend are Dr. Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And then another book that I recommend, or another book, like another series of books that I recommend, are books by Esther Hicks and Abraham. And so some of you, I don't know if any of you have ever read any of the Abraham books, but they are absolutely amazing. And the reason why, and this is just real quick, I promise I won't take over the call, but this is, I was like, I really want to tell them this just because this is something I've been really working through and just being super mindful of. Because a lot of times what ends up happening is that we think law of attraction is just words. Like we think it's just our affirmations. We think it's just how we're thinking. And we don't realize that it's not just that. That's just a small piece of the puzzle. And I just want to show you guys a quick graphic here so that you guys understand what I'm saying. So this right here, and I can do a more in-depth call on this if this is something that's of interest to you. But basically, this is what they call the emotional guidance scale. And so you'll see here different emotions, and these are all different vibrations. And so what ends up happening is that the lower, so like if your affirmations are about abundance, about success, that is a high vibration focus. That is a high vibration thought. That means that your vibration has to be up along this side. If you have any type of fear, grief, depression, powerlessness, victimhood, insecurity, unworthiness, you'll see that actually this is at the bottom of the vibrational scale. And so if you, let's say you're saying, I want more money, but then you are worried about wanting more money, your vibration is misaligned with your words. And so as a result, you're not going to get what you want because you're not aligned with your vibration and your words. And I would argue that your vibration is more important than what you're actually saying, because this is why imagination, this is why, making sure that you're visualizing, all of that is really important when it comes to your goals. So definitely, check out some Abraham books. If you need a refresher, I'm really committing to listening to it over and over and over again, just because it really does help to get the refresher and be like, oh yeah, I really need to make sure that I am vibrationally feeling good. And if I'm not, I need to switch up my thoughts, switch up my focus, switch up what I'm doing, and make sure that I'm staying aligned, and make sure that I'm keeping my vibration high. Okay, so I just wanted to plant this seed in some of you who haven't seen this, because I do think, like I said, it's really, really important to just be aware of this and be mindful of this, because this is affecting your life more than you probably think. And it's just kind of good to be aware. So with that being said, really excited for Ariel. Ariel, thank you so, so very much. Ariel's one of our star diamonds on our team. She is, her and her team are a 2021 premier team. And so just absolutely amazing. Congratulations. And she's going to be talking to us about tips around social media, some updated tips. You know, a lot of us love watching her, love looking at her stuff, because she's really has a really beautiful feed and a really beautiful account. So yeah, so thank you, Ariel, for coming on, and I'll let you go ahead and take it away.
Well, thank you. Hello, everybody. There's like so many faces on here that I don't even like recognize. So, hey, I'm Ariel. And I, like Stephanie said, I'm a two-star diamond coach. I am the leader and founder of Team Once Upon a Fitness. And last year, Team Once Upon a Fitness did finish as a 2021 premier team. And we placed actually 347th in the entire network. So making a big push for top 100 this year. And it's kind of funny that Stephanie was talking about the downhill, just vibrations and stuff like that, because I have totally been the person lately that has all the goals, has big dreams, but definitely on the downward trend on that vibration. So thanks for kicking the call off like that. I appreciated it, because I'm like, oh, she's definitely talking to me right now, and I'm sweating over here. But super, super excited to be leading this call for you guys. Stephanie, I think you need to resend the host back over to me, just so that I can share my screen, because it won't let me share the screen without being a host. And it still will record. Yep, there we go. It should still record on your computer, which it looks like it is. All right, you guys. So let's jump into Not the Greatest Showman, even though it is a fantastic movie, and I will learn the dance to these songs. I've watched way too many reels on that, which leads us into our presentation. So you guys, social media is something that I love about this business. Not a lot of people love it, but this is like my most favorite part of the business, because I feel like this is the time where I get to tap into those creative juices of mine that I don't get to do in my everyday quote unquote life, that I don't get to do as a branch manager. So for those of you guys that don't know, I do work this business full time, as well as I work as a branch manager full time. So I have a 40-hour work week, and I also run my Beachbody business as well. And I run it just as successful as I am a branch manager. But a lot of that comes down to my time management, and a lot of that comes down to my social media, and making sure that with my personal development, that I'm also staying on track of what's changing in social media, and how can I make sure that I'm keeping up with that. My business grows when my social media grows. And if I'm not keeping up with the changes, then I'm just going to have an audience that is going to get bored with what my content is, because there's going to be others that are going to be keeping up with the times, and they're going to be growing their profiles, and people are going to be more engaged with those. And so tonight I'm really excited to talk to you guys about those changes that are happening within social media, and how you can really leverage them right now as they're emerging to grow your business and have your audience be really engaged with you. And so a few things that we're going to be going over tonight is, what is Instagram prioritizing? Right now, Reels are the number one I can't say the freaking word right now. They are the top priority of Instagram. We'll go with that. Reels are their number one priority for Instagram. They are going to continue to push Reels before they are going to push your posts. So if you are not on Instagram Reels, like, girlfriend, you got to stop what you're doing with your posts and get on Instagram Reels. It is so crucial for your business, and you are going to have more people seeing your page, seeing your content that you're putting time and effort into, if you are posting reels. The second is specific hashtags and really niching down with your hashtags and with your business. Having business partners and a strong eye help. These are all things that I've done a ton of research on because let's be real, social media is my favorite part of this business. And I constantly want to be making sure that I'm either ahead of things or that I'm right in par with where business growth is happening. And so I spend a lot of my time when I'm not when I'm not doing my personal development or working out, really focusing on learning and really being a sponge and absorbing as much as I can. And not every reel is going to be perfect. If you go back and look at some of my first reels, there's some where I forgot to put the music to it, where the transitions aren't happening. But the point is I put myself out there. And with this business, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable and put yourself out there. And so if you're not doing these things, then your business is not going to grow. And so I want to jump into hashtags first and foremost. You guys all know 30 hashtags per post, how that really helps with getting engagement on posts. But how specific are you being with your hashtags? Are you just willy-nilly putting hashtags up there that are just like hashtag girl boss, hashtag workout, hashtag fitness, hashtag nutrition, where they're very generic hashtags with millions and millions of hashtag users? Or are you niching down? Are you being very specific with your hashtags and the way that you're leveraging them to really talk to your market and who your team is around? And so the way that you can get really specific with your hashtags is choosing 5 locations. For those of you guys that don't know, I am a Disney nerd. Disney is my jam. It's what got me started with Beachbody. If it weren't for the Disney Princess Half Marathon weekend, I probably wouldn't have ever gotten started with Beachbody because it was that weekend that I was like, you know what? I'm registered for this race. I need to lose weight and I need to get in shape in order to run a 10K and a half marathon in one weekend. And so I signed up for Beachbody and I did the 21-day fix. But for me, when it comes to my hashtags, because that's my market and because that is what's part of my journey and my story, I use specific locations. I use things like Disney World, Epcot, Disneyland, California Adventures. Those would be like 5 location specific hashtags that I have. The next is 9 audience specific hashtags. So for me, I love fashion, you guys. I love putting together outfits. I think it's really fun to style things. I love designer brands, but I also really like when things are cheap. And if I can save a penny somewhere, I will. And so my audience, I have 9 hashtags that relates to them. So I have things around Disney outfit of the day, Disney outfit styled by Disney, where I'm getting specific with which part of Disney I'm focusing on. Run Disney is another very specific one. And so you go through and you choose 9 hashtags that are very specific to your audience. And then 5 hashtags that are related to your post. So what is it that you're talking about in the post? Are you talking about perfection or confidence or your worthiness? Like, what is your post? What is the theme? What is your idea of your post? And what are you trying to get across? Having 5 hashtags that relate to that, and then having 1 hashtag related to your brand. So for me, it's hashtag once upon a fitness. It's my team hashtag, and it's created this little folder, you could say, on Instagram where my team uses it, I use it, and we have this collection of pictures. So if someone clicks on the Once Upon a Fitness hashtag because they see it in a post or they see it in the first comment, what they're going to see is they're not only going to see my stuff, they're also going to see everything about my team. They're going to see some of my challengers. They're going to see some of my coaches. They're going to see wins that each of us are having with either our health and fitness or within our business, because we use that and it's related directly to my team and my brand. You can use up to 10 hashtags in your stories, but they won't necessarily all be seen on stories. So what I do is I choose like 2 or 3 that I maybe really want to try to push onto a hashtag story for the day. And I hide those behind the text. And it's super simple to do. You can pinch them so that they're super, super small. You can pinch them down and then lay a text over top of it, or you can put a GIF over top of it, like whatever you choose. But using just a couple hashtags in my stories to try to get them on the hashtag stories. It works sometimes, other times it doesn't. what I do find works is location. If you can tag your location in your stories, it will help get your story onto that location story. And then when it comes to your hashtags, it really doesn't matter if they're in the post or if they're in the first comment. Choose what you like. For me, I like things very neat, very organized, and very pretty. So I've always put my comment or my hashtags in the first comment on my post because I hate them in my post. It's like a weird OCD for me. I do not like hashtags in posts. I always like them pretty in their own little comment. And then there's an app called HishHash, and it's a super great tool, you guys. What I like to do with HishHash is you can create your own little folders. So you can have a folder that says location. You can have a folder that says audience. You can have a folder that says like post ideas. And then you can have your branded photo or your branded hashtag. And what HishHash will do is you can click on each one of your folders and it'll take hashtags from those folders and it'll randomize them and it'll put them into a 30 hashtag block for you that you can then go and you can put on your post in either your post or that first comment. But what I love about this is for my audience specific hashtags, like I have a few different ones. So I have some for Disney, I have some for brides to be, I have some for dealing with perfection and overcoming self-confidence and limiting self-belief. And I have those in HishHash. And then what I do is I can go in and I can choose my location. I can choose the audience specific ones. And then I can choose my 5 specific with the post that I'm making. And so usually the 5 with the post that I'm making, I'll just come up with by myself. I won't necessarily use HishHash. I'll delete 5 of the, or 6 of the hashtags that I put on there that maybe I just don't feel like I really want. And I'll put in the 5 themed to my post and the Once Upon a Fitness hashtag. So using your guys' insights. So after you guys put your hashtags on your photos, the next thing that I really like to do to help me start to niche down is I like using insights. Insights are a completely free tool, you guys. There's no cost for this. It is a free tool at your fingertips. And like I said, I like to save any penny that I possibly can, especially when it comes to this business. Is helping me create financial freedom in my life. So the fact that I can go to my profile, I can click the 3 little hamburger line, click on this little button right here that says insights, and I can look at my audience and I can look at the people that were reached, and I can look at, okay, who are the people that are following me? Do they meet kind of the age that I'm at? Do they match the gender that I identify as? Or do I have some work to do? I can tell you the fact that I have 20% of my following as men is very interesting to me, because if you guys have ever seen my Instagram page, you guys will see my bio here in a minute. It is over the top girly, you guys. Give me the tool, give me the sparkles. I want all the tiaras, all the sequins, that's me. So the fact that I have 20% men following me kind of just is something that makes me laugh, because I'm I am so over the top girly. It's not even funny. All the pink, all the sparkles. But hey, that's who follows me, and that's great. This is knowledge for me. This is me being able to leverage what I know about my business and what my audience is. And so seeing that 80% of my audience is women, and of that 80%, 50% of them are between ages of 25 and 34. That is my target audience, you guys. I'm almost 30. I'll turn 30 in September. And so, sorry, my husband's downstairs and he just heard me say that. And so it gives me this type of information. It also, you guys, will tell you when's the appropriate time to post. If you're just Hail Marying it with your post and you're how come no one's viewing it? How come it's not reaching anybody? Why is it not getting any likes? I'm doing all the things. I wrote a really good catching post. I have a really beautiful picture and no one liked it. What is going on? Chances are you probably posted when your audience isn't engaged with you, when your audience isn't alive and on Instagram. And so look at the times. When is your audience alive? Mine is between right around noon. I'm finding that 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is my sweet spot. If I can post within that 1 o'clock hour, my posts get so much more engagement than they do if I post first thing in the morning after my workouts, or I post right before I get to work, or I post when I get home. So that 1 o'clock hour is key for me. I've started building my lunch breaks around the 1 o'clock hour because I know that if I'm sending people invites, that they're more likely to respond to me during that time. And that if I'm posting during that time, my followers are going to be engaging with me. And so it gives me an opportunity to engage back with them. And so what I like to do, knowing that my sweet spot is about 1 o'clock, is right before I make a post, and this is something that I didn't put at like slide in here, but just like a little tip for you guys, is right before you make a post, spend 10 to 15 minutes before you make your post engaging with those that you are following. So whether that means going through your news feed and liking and commenting on photos that are on your news feed, whether it means watching some stories and interacting with some stories, or going to your guys's, if you go to your followers, so who you are following, and you click on that, it'll give you profiles that you haven't interacted with in the last 30 days or 90 days. I can't quite remember the day it is, but you can start engaging with those profiles. And guess what? By you going through and engaging those profiles, once you post, they're going to see the engagement that you did with their profile, and they're going to come and they're going to look at the post that you just posted, because it's going to be one of the first things that pops up on their news feed. And so knowing like, cool, my followers are active, I'm active around 1 o'clock, that's going to spike engagement. That's going to mean more people are going to look at my profile, which gives me more people to invite to. Because my rule of thumb is if you come and creep on my profile, you've walked into my house, I'm inviting you to join the party. And my party is my accountability group or joining my team as a coach. So you come and snoop, you're going to get an invite. And then knowing with your insights, knowing what posts are doing really well. This post I posted yesterday afternoon. It was just something about like outfits. Like I said, I'm really into fashion. I really like styling outfits. So I will post outfits of the day here and there. I really like to post them with something fun and exciting. So yesterday I posted some Disney outfits that I had styled, and they were just from finds that I had found recently on Amazon. And I had also linked them up to my Like to Know It page. And I just posted like, give a girl like the right pair of shoes and the right outfit and watch her rock your world. And then I was like, which outfit is your favorite? And I let people give me their opinion. People love to voice their opinion, you guys. And so if you're leaving a post or a reel with them giving you that, you're going to see more engagement on it. And so I knew that me posting that, and same with this post was something too about outfits and like finding this shirt that at Target that everybody wanted to know. I had it on in a story and everybody wanted to know where I got this shirt from. And so I made a post about it, and I made sure to link my Like to Know It page, because you guys are going to see here in a little bit, utilizing other resources that are available to you to drive business to your Instagram page. And so for me, one of those other tools is my Like to Know It, and utilizing Like to Know It to style outfits that direct people also to my Instagram, and from my Instagram to my Like to Know It page. And so it's this back and forth that people are doing, and they're seeing me on multiple platforms. They aren't just seeing me on one. And it's not something that's taking me a lot of time. It's something that's actually super simple for me to do. But I'm able to see, okay, these were some of my top performing posts. Both of them had to do with Disney outfits. Okay, cool. That gives me an insight as to where my niche is. And then you can move down into stories and see, okay, what stories are doing well? What people viewed my stories? Last week, I had my little brother, my baby brother was sworn in as a sheriff. And so I shared some of that, and sharing about him going after his dreams and not letting anything or anyone hold him back from what he truly wants in life, and how that was a big inspiration to me. And that did really well. Same with a reel that was around motivation and not putting a filter on your life and trying to make it that you fit these molds or you fit these ideas. Instead, just embracing yourself and not feeling like you need to filter you or your life in order to fit in, that you are beautiful just the way you are. You don't need a filter. And so having some inspiration, having some motivation. This was around a morning routine. Again, that inspiration, motivation, I know my followers are going to be super engaged with that. And so this, again, you guys, is free knowledge at your fingertips. It is something to help drive your business and give you direction with your business. Leverage it. You will learn so much about your followers and who is following you, and you'll see an increase in your following and in your engagement on your page. So leverage this free tool that is on your Instagram page for you. And with that, why do we want to niche down? Why do we want to leverage this information as much as you possibly can? Niching down is going to bring in new followers that are going to meet who you are. You are going to find people that match your personality, that match your energy level, that match those pain points that you have. And you're going to find that together you'll be able to work that much harder as a team because you guys will share a commonality. You guys will have some of those similar personality traits. I can guarantee you a lot of the people on my team are very bubbly people that love adventure. They love the magic of Disney, right? And so a lot of people on my team we have a lot of Enneagrams 2s, 3s, and 7s. We have a couple 8s and we have a couple 1s, but a majority of our team is in that 2s and 3s. And that's because we all share this love and passion for Disney. And there's something about that. There's a personality trait with that, right? And so because I share a lot of that, I have a lot of people on my team that are just like me, and a lot of people on my team that share that commonality. And if I didn't niche down into Disney, or I didn't niche down into the wedding market when I was planning my wedding back when I first started my business in 2018, then I wouldn't have that. I would just have a team of a whole bunch of just different people with nothing really in common. And it would be a struggle for not having that commonality to share and to work towards. A lot of us are saving for Disney trips. A lot of us have big goals of being annual pass holders. And so having that niche and having a common goal that we're all working towards helps us encourage and motivate each other. And so it'll also bring a cohesive feel to your page with that. So we talk a lot about filters and making sure that, like, when you are building your Instagram feed, to always make sure that each color or each picture has like 1 to 2 colors that are the same. If you guys can't tell, my color scheme is very much pink, black, white, and purple. Like, it doesn't really fall much further. That's about my color spectrum, but that's just me and that's who I am. But if you don't want to worry about that, if you don't want to be that detail oriented, having a niche and really focusing tough on one niche will allow it that you don't have to worry about it. You can put one filter that you really like on all of your pictures, and you can have all of your pictures meet your niche versus having a big spectrum of things that you're trying to constantly puzzle piece together. And then it helps just keep everything simple. If you're niching down and you're really focusing on, okay, this is my target market, this is really where I want to focus, you aren't going to have to worry about 17 other things. It'll be very simple for you to plan out your posts, to plan out your feed, because it's going to be very directed in what it is that you're speaking to. And then your stories and your posts are going to be meeting your specific niche. And always remember that you niching down the things that you post on your feed are what are going to bring in new followers. What you're sharing on your stories is what is going to keep your followers. So I want to kind of explain how I've set my niche up for myself. So for me, my niche is Disney. That's what I love, right? Like, my niche is Disney, but there's also a lot of other parts that make me who I am. Like, I'm just not a Disney girl, right? Like, there's so much more to me. I love health and fitness. Like, if I can pick up a heavy weight and like go and do like heavy lifting with like a high intensity cardio workout, like that brings me happiness. Like, that's who I am and what I love. I love being able to do Autumn and Shanti's workouts because they're that way. I also love running. I'm a half marathon runner. Like, if I could run half marathons for a living, I probably would, because I think they're a really fun distance to run. I also love country music. I love traveling to other places other than Disney World or Disneyland. I've opened up a lot more this year about my faith and my religion, and I'm more than just that, right? And so I have all these areas that also make me me. And if I were to sit and post all that on my feed, people would get really lost and really confused. They'd come to my page and they'd be like, whoa, okay, who is this girl? What is she about? Because there's just like life vomit all over the page. And like, I don't really know who she is because there's just so much of everything. So a way that you can take all the things that you love and niche them down is by having that one specific topic. And so for me, what I do is, okay, I have a love for Disney. Disney doesn't always mean that I have to have a pair of Minnie Mouse ears on. It means whimsical, it means magical. And so, how can I, when I'm talking about the business or I'm talking about working out, how can I bring some of that in? And so, I do that through some of my outfits. I'll do that through just having a pair of Disney like workout shorts on or a Disney sweatshirt on. I'll do that through my cups that I'm making pre workout in, will have little Disney characters on it. Just little tiny hints, you guys, nothing over the top, but it brings again that cohesive feel. Like I could post this center picture with a bunch of other Disney pictures around it, and it's not going to feel off, and it's not going to feel like not like my niche, because it still fits that. It still fits the whimsical, magical feels that you have with Disney. And so I make sure that all of my posts, all of my pictures are that whimsical or Disney feel. And then my post, like what I write in the caption, is related to the business. So prime example of this, you guys, is I had made a post. I think I had taken a picture from Summit, and I posted a picture from Summit, and I posted that I was opening up my new coach mentorship. I was so excited. I was going to be taking my team to Disney World. Like, who wants to join me? And then it didn't get a lot of engagement. It was very minimal comments, not a lot of likes, not very many people viewed it. I changed the picture, you guys. I took almost the exact same caption and I put a picture of 3 of the girls on my team and I at Disney World last year after we had finished the Disney Princess Half Marathon in front of the castle. And the amount of likes and the amount of comments that were on it, just because it was a Disney picture, my engagement went up. It met the niche. It met those people that were following me. The caption didn't change, but having something that someone could relate to on my page drove engagement. And so you don't have to overcomplicate it. Just utilize your insights, utilize that free tool, see what people are liking, understand what your followers are coming to your page for. And once you have an understanding of that, all this niching down stuff is super simple, because you're just going to give your followers what it is that they like and what they interact with. And so you're going to want to think about things like, how am I making them feel in this post? How is there a certain freebie that I gave them in this post? Did I give them a tip or trick in this post? And that's what really did well in engagement. And I know I need to give my audience more freebies. What was it that really drove it? And how can I continue to repeat that to niche my market down? So after you've kind of figured that out and you know who your target audience is, you've started using hashtags, the next thing to really start to leverage is outside resources that are not Instagram to drive people to your Instagram. So I already mentioned Like to Know It. I use Like to Know It to drive people to my Instagram, to have behind the scenes on my Instagram stories each day of outfits, to see what I'm posting on there. And I do the same back to Like to Know It. I do the same when I'm posting on Instagram, like make sure you follow my Like to Know It page. You can do the exact same thing, you guys, with TikTok, with Facebook, and with Pinterest. And it's so simple. So when I create a reel, I will download my reel to my camera roll. It will not download with audio to it. So you have to add the audio back to it when you go and upload it in TikTok. But I always create my videos in either InShot or on Instagram Reels. I will download them and then I will upload them to TikTok. So for instance, I did a video with my 9-week control freak transformation. I knew on day 1 that I was going to have a transformation because I was going to take control and I was going to commit to the program. And this, you guys, this is something for me. If you're finding that you struggle really hard with staying motivated through a program or staying on top of your nutrition, for me, I always think about, Ariel, you took that day 1 video. I do pictures, but I also really try hard to do video because I feel like video, you can just get a lot more than what your pictures will do for you. You took your day one video, you want to see change in your X day video. At the end of your 9 weeks, you want to see change. If you aren't committed to this, you aren't going to see change in that video, and it's just going to frustrate you because you're going to feel like you wasted time. And so for me, having the videos kind of help hold me accountable. And I do weekly check-ins with myself every Sunday, and I do progress pictures, all that good stuff. But I share them to my TikTok. And the reason for that is I put in here, like, I just put a really brief caption of 9 weeks, I took freaking control, 12 pounds, 11 inches, 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day with portion control eating, follow on Instagram. And I put my Instagram handle. It drove people from seeing this on TikTok and being like, wait, how did you do this? I want to learn more. And every time they said that, it was like, great, go to my Instagram page. I have my website linked up there. I have tons of information on there in my highlight reels, as well in my stories. You'll get all the information there. Same thing with Pinterest, you guys. When you're doing posts, when you're doing reels, the minute you finish it, you can click on the 3 little dots. It's the same on Instagram as it is on TikTok. So you can click on the 3 little dots right here. This is going to pull up. If you do share to, this pulls up. And then you can share to Pinterest. You can share to Facebook. You can share to wherever else you want to share. But what's cool about Pinterest, you guys, is there's over 450 million users on Pinterest. I'm sure there's the same, if not more, on Instagram. But the thing is once you share something on Instagram, it's live for like an hour and then it fades off, right? On Pinterest, it's constantly being recycled. People are constantly repinning it. It's constantly popping up on people's news feeds. And so you're continuously having this recycle effect of your post that's continuously sending people over to your Instagram page. And it's taking you all of 10 seconds to reshare that post from your Instagram to your Pinterest page. It's not taking a crazy amount of time, and you're allowing people to engage with you more. You're allowing people to come and see what it is that you're doing on Instagram, because the minute that they tap on it, it's going to direct them to your Instagram page because you've shared it from your Instagram page. And so you're going to have more people directed there, more people coming to your page and seeing your page. And with that, it's super important to have profile very clear and precise. So the first thing is your profile picture. Is it showing you? Is it a warm, inviting photo of you that people are going to be like, I want to know what this girl's all about. Like, she looks fun and exciting. For me, I made this picture, you guys. It was me jumping in front of a wall in Disney World. I used pfpmaker.com, and it allows you to make some just really fun little profile pictures where you can remove a background and you can put either your favorite color, or you can just do some unique different things. You can put like a little Instagram ring around it. There's a whole bunch of different things, but it makes your page look more professional. It brings that more of that business feel to your page. And you are a business owner. You want people to feel like they can take you serious, but you're also fun and exciting. And so for me, I use the PFP maker so that I can just make these little circle profile pictures that then fit my niche. You want to say who you are. So for me, I just have that I'm a mentor. So I have my name, that I'm a mentor. I put public figure as one of the options that you can choose on Instagram. I share what my interests are, so they know that, like, these are 3 things. When you're on my page, here are 3 things that you're going to get from me. You're going to see things about Disney, you're going to see things about motivation, and you're going to see things about fashion on a budget. Because let's be real, I like clothes, but I don't like the price tag of a lot of clothes. So I like to find them on a budget. And then a strong I help statement, you guys. What is something that you do, and what was something that you struggled with? For me, it was poor self-confidence and limited self-beliefs is what I struggled with when I first started. And so I help women build confidence through fitness and nutrition, building a life of freedom, because I want them to know that they can also do that part of it as well. And then if they want more information, whether it's the virtual gym, my favorites, or more, that they can just click on my website and they can go to my website. It doesn't have to be a website, you guys. You guys can have a Google form here. You guys can have a link tree here that takes them to a Google form, or it has some of your Beachbody links, but have something for those people to click on. Have something that they can go to versus just your profile page or just sending you a message. Like Linktree is something that you can do for free. Google Forms is something that you can do for free. These are all investments that they aren't even an investment. They're a freebie that you can use to grow your business. You don't even have to put money up front to have them help your business grow. Yes, will you have to invest a little bit of time? There's where our investment is. It's the investment of your time. You're gonna have to invest a little bit of your time, but in the long run, it's going to do so much more for your business. A lot of people that I've signed up over the course of the last year have come from them going to my website and filling out my Google form because it's there, it's simple, and I have two. They can fill out a form and have a conversation one-on-one with me, or they can build their own Beachbody bundle. I have it set up that they can click a whole bunch of boxes, and based on what they click, I send them a cart and they can purchase that way. And so it's very simple. They can also shop like my favorites. They can read a blog that I have on there. They can go to my podcast that I have on there. So it gives them one spot to go to be directed to all the other things that I do. So again, they can come to my page for Disney, but then they can find out all the other things that I love and what make me me through clicking on my link. And so it also gives you a place to just invite to as well. So speaking of reels, I forgot that had music to it. So reels, you guys, like I said, this is something that Instagram is taking super seriously right now. It's something that they are prioritizing when it comes to what it is that they're putting out to people. So how are you leveraging reels, and what's the best way to leverage them to have people engage with your reels? The first is having a caption that's going to capture your audience within the first 3 seconds. So if you didn't catch it in that lovely little Disney outfit reel, it said something about Target. Would you believe it if I told you? Yeah, would you believe it if? And then it's like ... And it's like, well, what are you trying to have me believe? And then I had all these outfits are from Target. And then it was like, and all of them were less than $20. And so it's something to keep my followers wanting to continue to keep watching and not watch the first 2 seconds and be like, I'm bored, scrolling, next reel, next profile, move on. It's how can you capture them in those first 3 seconds? And so don't be afraid to put text on your reels. But when it comes to the text on your reels, something that you really want to focus on is your box. So right here is where your name goes. So this upper fourth of your screen, you never want to put text in. It will not be seen because your Instagram handle is going to go across the text. So if you have text on the upper 1/4 or the lower 1/4 of your reel, no one is going to see it. So you want to have imagine like a box right here in the center of your reel. So the center half of your reel is where you want all of your captions, because people are going to be able to see them in that section. If they're too high, they'll have text over top of them or they'll get cut off. If they're too low, they'll have your caption that you've written with the reel covering it up. It'll also have, if you have any filters, it'll have whatever music you put on it, anyone you tagged, it'll have it covered up. So remember your box when posting text, because that was something that I didn't pay attention to when I first started creating these, and I wanted people to see the majority of me. And so I used the text and I would put them either too high or too low that they would get covered up and people couldn't ever really read what it was that I was sharing. And then also make sure to always leave yourself a little bit of a buffer. I noticed this just started happening this week, that if you have the text spread all the way across here, it'll actually get cut off. And so you want to make sure that you have it with a little bit of space so that the text isn't getting cut off when you're posting your photos or your videos. Have them stick with your niche. So whatever your niche may be, it could be something super funny. It could be something super motivational. It could be something like, if you're a mom, there's a ton of funny mom reels out there, or different things that kids do that are really funny. You don't always have to dance, or you don't always have to like lip sync with an audio from a reel. I actually find that reels where I'm talking and I'm the voiceover do better than some of the ones where I use someone else's audio, or I use one of the songs that Instagram chooses. And so you could do a tips and tricks, or you could be doing a recipe video where you're talking about an easy recipe and you're talking about why you love the easy recipe, and then you're sharing those transitions as it's happening. And that's the other thing is transitions. You guys have them in there. There's this really cool feature on reels, and I didn't get a screenshot of it because I wasn't making any reels today. And so if you have your edit tools up and you click the down arrow, there's actually an alignment button. If you click on that alignment button, it'll show you where you ended on the screen in your last reel, and set your timer to have a down of 3 seconds, and you can position yourself where you were in your last reel with either a new outfit on, or a new ingredient that you added into the recipe that you're making, or a new, like if you're decorating a room, a new furniture or accent piece that went up, or if I did a reel where I was waiting for my princess medals, and so it was just a bunch of different clips super fast of me sitting on our couch in different days waiting for my medals to arrive. But having those transitions really helps keep your audience engaged. And I'm going to give you guys a couple profiles that do a really nice job of sharing even more in the transitions and how you can make those happen. But that alignment feature that Instagram Reels gives you helps keep it super simple for when you're transitioning. So a lot of my favorite ones are like jumping up, and then when you come back down, like I did in this video where I jumped up and jumped back down and like my top had changed, or twirling and my shirt changed, or holding a pair of pants and then pulling them to you and your pants change. Just different things like that just make it fun and exciting, and your audience is going to continue to want to watch and learn more. Don't recycle from other apps. So this is a big reason why I always share on Reels and then I'll share on TikTok. If you're sharing Reels with the TikTok watermark, Instagram's actually not even pushing those out to people. So you're going to see a decrease in your engagement because they just aren't going, they're going to say you're recycling them, and they want everything to be original content. You guys, they're really making a big focus on everything being original, your own content. And so if you're sharing something from TikTok over onto there, they don't think it's your own. So Reels to TikTok, not TikTok to Reels, because that watermark of TikTok will have it not get nearly the amount of engagement that you could get from it. And then making sure that you're consistent, you guys. With Reels, it's not like, oh, I did one this week, I don't need to do any more for the rest of the month. It's no, you need to be consistent with 2 to 3 Reels a week. And there are people that are seeing 50,000 followers in 5 months because they are consistently using Reels 2 to 3 times a week. Like, think about it. If you had even just half that, or even a fourth of that, like 10,000 people coming to your page over the course of 5 months, and you invited every single one of those people, how many Success Club points would you have? How many new diamonds would you have on your team? Like, think about it in those terms. If that's what drives you, if that's what motivates you. For me, I just think they're a lot of fun. So you tell me to do a reel and I'm like, okay, that's my time to go have fun. That's my time to be creative. Like, I don't need anything more. But if you think about like for instance, I did a reel this week and I had almost 5,000 people view it. That's 5,000 people, you guys, that I could invite. That's 5,000 people that went and watched this reel that I can invite now to join my team. Like, that's a lot of invites. I'm not going to get through all 5,000 in a month. Like, I don't got enough time in the day to do that, but I can break that down and I can invite 50. I can invite 75 of those people each day. I would eventually get through the 5,000, right? But like, that's where the power is in this. Is not all 5,000 of them are going to follow me. Not all 5,000 of them are going to like it, but 5,000 people viewed my content. They saw me that day. And so it's the power's in your hands. It's what are you going to do with it? So apps that I use to help build my content and plan out my social media, Planoly. If you guys have seen any of my social media training calls, you guys know Planoly is my BFFFF. It saves me so much time. It is so helpful. So what I do, you guys, is I spend a lot of time planning out my content. And I'm going to get into that on the next slide and how I really do that. And Planoly allows it that I can know what my feed is going to look like a week in advance. I always do a week at a time. I used to do a month at a time, and it just got super overwhelming. And like, I was constantly like stressing out about it. And so I started doing it just a week at a time. And it's helped me a lot with my business growth. The next that I use is Canva. Again, it is a free resource, you guys. You guys can upload pictures into it. They have so many new features now where you can add animated text. That first little video that you guys saw, I actually used Mojo to make, where you guys can have just different animations happening with your stuff, which when you're doing reels and you're like, I don't have a lot of time to create a ton of videos for my reels, you can snap a bunch of pictures and then you can put animation to those pictures and create videos. It turns it into like a slideshow that you can use. And so an example of this would be, I'm starting 75 hard. For those of you guys who don't know it, it's a 75-day challenge where you're working out 2 times a day, you're following a nutrition plan, gallon of water, personal development, and a progress picture every single day. And so every single day for 75 days, I'm going to have a progress picture. I'm going to throw all 75 of those either into Canva, InShot, or Mojo, one of those 3. It'll probably be Mojo or InShot that I do it. And what it's going to be is it's going to be 75 pictures in the course of a video that just transition very quickly. So it just looks like a streamless video of watching me transform through the 75 days. And Mojo just allows you to make it more fancy. So if you want to have like little Polaroids or you want to have it look like an old school film, you can do that through the Mojo app. You can also add some fun text that way. Same with Story Swag. It allows you to put like neon glowing text or gold colored text, just really fun text to it. So if you're trying to like have something that's really just eye-catching and eye-grabbing, you can use Story Swag. And then Unfold is another just really good video story creating tool that you can use to just help make them pretty. Like if you're someone that pays attention to detail and you like things being pretty, like Unfold, Mojo, and Story Swag are 3 that are going to do that. Canva is also great, you guys. Canva is something that is constantly advancing and it allows you to do so much. You can do demos. I've done like demos on the iPhone picture. They have an iPhone picture on Canva that you can screen record what it is that you're doing, upload it into there. It looks like it's your phone, and then you put your voice over to it and you give a tutorial on whatever it is that you're screen recording. So how I take this content and how I make it creative and make it that it's engaging for people that follow me is I have a day that I call my content planning day. It's every Saturday, you guys. I keep it super simple. Again, I work a full-time job. So if I were to add in my business activity tracker and trying to make sure that I had like good content for my followers, I would be stressed out and I would probably quit all the time because I'd be feeling so overwhelmed. So what I did is I decided that Saturdays were going to be my days that I do follow-ups. I have my team calls, so the Once Upon a Fitness team calls, and they're my day to create content. And so what I do is I will sit down and I'll plan out 3 to 5 reels. And how I do this, you guys, is throughout the week, when I'm scrolling through Instagram, looking at building new relationships, and I'm talking to people on Instagram, I will go through, and if there's like a picture that I really find beautiful, or there's a reel that I'm like, oh, I could really make something like this for my market, or I could really use the audio from this and really put my own spin onto it, I will actually save those videos, because on Instagram, on your profile page, there's a save button, and you can click on that saved button and it'll show you everything that you've saved. And so when it comes time for me to plan my 3 to 5 reels out, if I'm at like a creator block where I'm like, I don't really know what I'm going to create this week, what I'll do is I'll go into that saved folder and I'll look at, okay, what videos did I save this week? What videos either made me laugh, inspired me, motivated me, or gave me like an idea on something that I could do? And I'll pull 3 to 5 of those and I'll watch them and I'll save the audio to them. So they're my first thing in my saved audio. And then I use the Chic Planner by Melanie Mitro, and I'll write out what days, like if there's a theme to it, I'll write out what days I want to do those reels. As I'm meal planning sometimes on Sundays, I'll create videos of what it is that I'm meal prepping for that week, so that if I really come to a block, I have backups of recipes that I've created on the Sunday prior. And then once I have my 3 to 5 reels planned out, I'll think of cover photos for them. And you guys, Instagram wants you to use, when you're creating reels, they really want you to use the cover photo from the video. And so this is where kind of the power of InShot comes in, is if you edit your video in InShot, you can put your picture that you want as the cover for the last second or the last half second of the video. And then that way it will show up as an option for you to choose when you go to set your cover photo for your reel. So it'll be like a split second that people would actually see that cover photo. You could even do it at the beginning of your reel if you wanted to as well. But then it allows you again to just pull it from that very, it allows you to pull it as a clip to post as your cover, and you're still kind of within what the Instagram guidelines or what Instagram's really valuing right now to push out to your followers. And then once I have my content built, then I don't have anything that I have to stress about for the rest of the week. So I will take my post, I'll have my 3 to 5 reels, I'll go in and I'll put those into Planoly, like the cover photo, I'll put into Planoly. I'll take my posts, I'll put those into Planoly. And then once I do that, like I forgot to attach the screenshot, so you guys are just going to have to look at my phone really quick. But once I do that, like this was what I did yesterday. It has all of my photos just uploaded. I know what my feed is going to look like. I know that it's meeting my niche market, and I can sit and look at, okay, this one I'm going to have, if it's a content, if it's just like a post, let's say it's a Transformation Tuesday photo. If it's just a straight post, then I have it automatically post, because you can have it automatically post on Planoly as long as you have it set up as a business on Instagram and on Facebook. You have the business page set up. You can have it automatically post, and then my reels, I have it, the cover photo in my Planoly feed, and I have it set as a reminder for me. So it'll remind me around 1 p.m., hey, it's time to post this photo. And then I can go to the saved drafts of my reels, grab the reel that it is that I want to post, and post it. And I'll type up my captions, because it'll save your captions when you click save reel or save as draft. When you click on that, when you get to the post screen, so you create your reel, you type in your caption, before you click post, right underneath that, it says save reel as draft. You can click that and it puts it into a little folder on your reels page that no one sees except for you. And then when it's time for you to post your reel, you can go in there and you can just post it. You can slide over, choose your cover photo, and post it. And so I do all of that on Saturdays, you guys. And then Sunday, I use as a social media break. And I actually just started doing this about a week ago. And what it's done for me, just taking a complete day, 24 hours off social media. So if you've tagged me in an Instagram story tonight, it will not be shared until tomorrow, because it allows me to just take a day to say, nope, I'm not going to spend the day on social media. So it does some good for my mental health. But then also from an engagement standpoint, when you come back after you've had your 24 hours off, if you go and post a poll in your Instagram story, you're going to see an automatic spike in your engagement on your Instagram stories. Like the story that I shared earlier about the morning routine, that was actually from last Monday after I had taken 24 hours off social media. I had posted, my first thing was just me writing out my gratitude. It was a little boomerang, and it was like, do you have a morning routine? And it allowed people to engage with me. And the engagement went up significantly because it wasn't something that was just in their reel. It was something that was popping up because I had been gone for 24 hours. And so it does more than just a mental health thing for you. It'll also help the engagement on your page, which I think is something that's really cool. It's a win-win for both. So the profiles that I follow, you guys, to kind of keep up with these trends, or they're going to be called social media trends. As the social media trends happen, the profiles that I really keep up with to help me just learn and keep up, like, with different things. I learned how to do rainbow text on Instagram stories. I actually created a reel, and that's on my profile if it's something that you're interested in. Came from these profiles. And this is Rebel. I just saw the V here. This is supposed to be a B. It's Rebel Nutrition for this one. But all four of these profiles just give some really good tricks on things to keep in mind when it comes to reels, when it comes to just social media, just tips and things to be aware of. A lot of the things that I've shared with you guys today I've learned through watching these reels, through going through and reading some of the stuff that's on their websites, because they do a lot of free content stuff. And this one her entire thing is about building free content for people and having free educational content for people. And so, just really empowering to have these resources at our fingertips that we can use to help our businesses grow. They give so many tips and tricks that will help our businesses grow. And so if you guys want to grab a picture of that, you guys can. I'll leave it up there for one more second just so you can grab a picture. And remember, this V is a B. I just realized that was a typo. It's a B, not a V. And then the last really big thing that I want to talk about is business partners, you guys. As you grow your Instagram page, as you have legit businesses reach out to you, do not ever accept a thing from a business where it's like, here, go buy this, we'll give you a small discount and then promote it for us. Like, that is not a partnership. Every single one of these partnerships that I have on here are either from businesses that I have personally bought from and absolutely love and share the crap out of their products because I love them so much, and they've reshared some of my content, so I've asked them to be business partners. But if you have this business profile on Instagram, you can tag business partners, and then you can search whoever the business partner is, and you can ask them to have an agreement with you. And if they choose yes, then they'll show up in your approved partners list. And when you make posts, you can tag them in your post as a paid partnership that you're doing with them. So for instance, this Sparkle Athletic one, they had reached out to me. They were like, hey, can we give you a free entry into these 3 races? They're virtual races that are happening over the summer. And in return, will you share about the races on your feed? And I was like, absolutely. Like, I love the medals for this. They fit my niche or my niche market. Like, absolutely, I will gladly do that for you guys. And so they became an approved partner for me. And then when I share stuff and I put them in as this paid partnership, it lets people know, like, this is a brand that I trust. Like, I'm not going to do a partnership with something that I don't trust and believe in. And it also allows it that they can then reshare it. So they can use it and they can reshare it on their page. They can even use your content and create a promotion. So think about the power that does for your business with tagging these business partners. It then allows this other business to say, oh my gosh, this picture is so pretty. I want to use this picture. Her caption that she wrote with this picture is just so empowering. I'm going to use this and I'm going to run a promotion on Instagram, and it's going to direct people not only to her Instagram page, but our business Instagram page as well. I don't know if you guys see it a lot, but sometimes you'll see Emily Favre pop up for different partnerships that she has with different businesses. It's because she does this. It's because she tags business partners in her posts, and by tagging business partners in her posts, they are then resharing her content. And all she did was make a picture and tag them, you guys. It's not something that was like super crazy, but you have to get the permission from the business. So you have to ask for the business partnership and they have to agree to it. And then once they agree to it, then you can start to tag them, and it'll say, instead of it just being a tag in the photo, because you can tag them in the photo all you want under this tag people, but instead of it just being a tag in your picture, it'll say at the top, paid partnership with. And so then it lets people know that you have a partnership with this company. And that is all I have for you guys. That was a ton of information. I know it was a ton of information. There's so much, you guys, that changes and that happens. And if we're not on top of it and we're not educating ourselves, like, you're going to get lost and you're going to sit and you're going to wonder and you're going to question yourself all the time. Like, I'm putting all this time, I'm putting all this effort into trying to create a brand and into trying to create a business. Why is it not working? Chances are it's not working because you aren't educating yourself and keeping up with what is changing on social media, and it's going to continue to change. And so part of your business strategy, and yes, you should have a business strategy, should be making sure you keep your education up on what is happening on the platforms that you use to grow your business. And so I'll leave that for you guys, and if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, or you can unmute yourself.
Awesome. That was amazing. So much good information. And like I said, just so good. I think someone said if you could put the sheet planner and the Melanie girl's name in the comments, maybe in the Zoom in the
yeah, so it's just called Chic. Here, I'll just grab it. It's called Chic Media because I have it like right here because I was just working in it last night.
Chic Media.
Yeah, or Make Chic Happen. Sorry, Make Chic Happen. So
that's like Melanie Mitro's book.
Yeah, by Melanie Mitro.
Awesome.
And you guys, what I love about it is like it has you do weekly reflections. So like you have to, it makes you look at your business and it makes you look at, okay, what did I do this week? And if the answer is like, I didn't do anything, like I didn't post anything that had value, like I value, you guys, it's when you think value on social media, you want to think, did I make this person, did this caption make someone feel something? Like, what did I want the receiver to feel, good, bad, or ugly? Or what tip or trick or what freebie did I give them? People love free things. So if you can give them a tip, if you can give them a trick, if you can give them a recipe, maybe it's doing a reel with a couple workout moves. Like Jatana Jackson, I love her. I think she's a freaking hoot. Love that girl. She does a lot of reels, you guys, that just show like 3 or 4 moves from her workouts. And she shares those as reels on her Instagram page because that's something that she talks a lot about on her Instagram page. And so you can share parts of your workouts, just make sure that, again, it fits your niche market and it fits those people that you're wanting to talk to, or there's somehow a twist. So like, for me, if I shared a workout clip, I'm just going to make sure I have a Disney outfit on, like a cute Disney workout outfit on. And I'll just make sure that that day I'm niching down from just Disney into either Disney weddings, like sweating for the wedding, or I'm niching down into like run Disney training. And so this helps you just really look at your business in a holistic view and what is it that I did to serve my business when it came to the social media content that I created, and what worked well, what didn't work well. It even has you look at like the amount of accounts that you reached, the amount of impressions that you had, how many new followers, the most engaging posts, the current member followers, if you got any collaborations that week from any businesses, and then your highest story view. And then it has you set goals. It has you set goals for like, what do you want your social media to do for this week? How many followers do you want to try to achieve this week? And then it has you ask yourself, did I achieve my goal? If your goal was, I want to post 3 to 5 reels this week, did you achieve it? Yes or no? And then it gives you just another look at it. So that's why I like using it. It also helps you just plan out your content because there is a little calendar in it where you can write out like Facebook, Instagram, and then any IG stories. So it has that.
Awesome. Thank you so very much, Ariel. This was amazing. And I know you worked hard on this. So thank you. All right, guys. So tomorrow, if you're available, there is another call that is being hosted by our upline. And so that'll be at 8 o'clock if you have time for that. Also, another plug in to check out the power hours. If you haven't seen the power hours that are now being hosted by not only our upline, but it's tons of like top coaches across the network, even our top coach. Okay, yeah. So Luke is just saying that it's just gonna have the 1 o'clock this week, that which will be the one he'll basically be in that one as well. So it's at 9 a.m., 1 o'clock, and 9 p.m. on certain nights. And then they also have Saturday and Sunday. So definitely check them out because there's lots of good content in there, lots of good tips, and you're hearing from, again, it's really nice to see, just to show you guys, that the coaches that are doing the ones that are doing well, they're doing the same things, that you're doing, and they're putting in the work every single day, and they're showing up for the power hours. And so yeah, so definitely check them out because they're well worth your time. All right, guys, thank you so much. Bye.